Alright, let's talk about something fundamental, something that holds the entire US Army together. We're talking about rank structure. Now, I know what you might be thinking, chevrons, bars, stars, it looks like a complicated puzzle. But it's not just about patches or pins, it's a language, trust, responsibility, authority. From a single fire team on patrol all the way up to the Pentagon, it's the DNA of command, and understanding it is key to understanding how things get done. Think of it like this. Data must flow in a specific way. Information from the field came up the chain, got analyzed, and then decisions went back down. The Army is no different, but its data is people, missions, and equipment. Rank tells you who to listen to, who's responsible for your well-being, and who you're responsible for. From a fresh-faced private to a 4-star general, everyone has a specific place on the roadmap of leadership. We'll start with enlisted ranks, move up to the NCOs, then the warrant officers, and finally the commissioned officers. It might seem like a lot, but we'll go step by step. By the end, you'll see not just a patch, but the weight of responsibility behind it. Let's get into it. Every journey in the Army starts somewhere, and for most, it starts right here. These are the enlisted ranks, the bedrock of the entire force. The first rank is private, E1. They don't wear any rank insignia. Their job? To learn. They absorb everything. How to march, how to shoot, how to follow orders, how to live by the Army values. Apprentices in a demanding profession, transforming from civilian to soldier. After basic, they're promoted to private E2, now wearing a single chevron. They head to advanced individual training to learn their MOS, infantryman, medic, mechanic, cyber specialist. A PV2 hones proficiency and follows well. Private first class E3, 1 chevron and 1 rocker, often automatic after a year of good conduct. A PFC knows the job, executes with minimal supervision, and sets the example for newer privates. Fun fact, Audie Murphy began his Medal of Honor actions as a PFC. Specialist E4, distinct shield insignia, a significant step, considered technically masterful and trusted to perform expertly without constant oversight. You'll find specialists everywhere, fixing helicopters, running comms, or serving as senior members of teams. Unlike corporals, specialists don't have NCO command authority. Their focus is technical, not leadership. Next, we cross into leadership. Now we cross a critical line. From follower to leader, the world of the non-commissioned officer, Corporal E4, same pay grade as specialist, different insignia, 2 chevrons. Key difference, leadership. Placed in charge of a small fire team. First real taste of command and responsibility for performance, training, appearance, and well-being. Sergeant E5, leadership solidifies, typically leads a squad, around 9 soldiers, responsible for their lives and mission success. They train them, they lead them in the field, they mentor them, they discipline them. A good sergeant knows strengths, weaknesses, and family situations, the buffer translating officer intent into action. Staff Sergeant E6, 3 chevrons over a rocker, leads a larger squad or serves in key staff roles with broader responsibility. Primary mentor to sergeants, accountable for sections of equipment and both tactical and administrative duties.
A new lieutenant asks, "What now?" The sergeant says, "Sir, take out your compass and lead us north." The NCO guides quietly. Teacher, mentor, steady hand.
Sergeant First Class E7, often the platoon sergeant, the officer's right hand, chief logistician, tactician, and disciplinarian. While the LT plans and talks to hire, the platoon sergeant focuses on soldiers, ensuring food, water, ammo, training, standards, and people issues. E8, Master Sergeant, staff expert at higher levels, First Sergeant, the company's senior enlisted leader, the commander's right hand. Health, welfare, morale, and discipline for 100-200 soldiers. Problems escalate from squad leader to platoon sergeant to first sergeant, the heart of the company. At the very top of the enlisted structure we find the Sergeant's Major, E9, the pinnacle of an enlisted career. Sergeant Major, staff role akin to a Master Sergeant but at higher echelons. Key enlisted advisors at battalion, brigade, and division levels, planners, coordinators, experts in readiness and training. Command Sergeant Major shares the base insignia, but with a wreath, a command position. The senior enlisted advisor to battalion, brigade, or division commanders, from lieutenant colonel to general. They are the voice of enlisted soldiers, constantly visiting, checking morale, identifying issues, ensuring commanders' intent is understood and executed. At the peak is the Sergeant Major of the Army. There is only one. Senior enlisted for the entire U.S. Army with a unique insignia featuring 2 stars. Advisor to the Army Chief of Staff, traveling worldwide, representing enlisted soldiers at the highest levels, even testifying before Congress. Recommendations affect pay, uniforms, and quality of life across the force. Reaching E9 reflects decades of dedication, seeing it all, doing it all, leading at every level. They embody the NCO creed, keepers of tradition, mentors for generations, living professionalism. When a command sergeant major walks in, everyone listens. From the newest private to the commanding officer, they are the final word on enlisted matters, guardians of standards and welfare. Warrant officers are the Army's deep technical experts, recruited from NCOs for exceptional skill, masters of their craft, from flying Apaches to managing intelligence networks and Patriot systems. WO1 enters as a technical, tactical expert. Progress to Chief Warrant Officer 2, 3, 4, leading technical teams, and CW5 advising top echelons on doctrine and strategy. Warrants provide continuity, advising commanders, mentoring warrants and NCOs, troubleshooting the hardest problems. Commissioned officers begin after a 4-year degree, via West Point ROTC or OCS. Second Lieutenant 01, a platoon leader for approximately 30-40 soldiers, paired with a seasoned platoon sergeant. First Lieutenant 02, more experienced, remains a platoon leader, serves as Company XO, or as a battalion staff officer. Captain 03, often commands a company of 100-200 soldiers with a first sergeant as senior enlisted advisor. A demanding 24/7 career-defining role. Major 04, primary staff officer and planner at battalion and brigade levels. Lieutenant Colonel 05, commands a battalion of 300-1,000 soldiers responsible for everything. Colonel 06, commands a brigade of 3,000-5,000, pinnacle for many. Also senior staff roles shaping policy. General officers, Brigadier 1 star, Major General 2, Lieutenant General 3, General 4, leading divisions, corps, theaters, and the Army itself. This structure pairs authority with experience, a system of trust. Junior enlisted, no stripes to chevrons to rockers. Officers, be my little good captain. Bars and leaves, eagle then stars.